Hi, in this video we're going to talk about exemplification. Exemplification is a pattern where we use examples to illustrate a thesis in an essay. So what is exemplification? We use examples, and examples are the primary focus of all of our body paragraphs in an exemplification essay. We use those examples to support our thesis, and this pattern is also called illustration. Here are some strategies for exemplification essays. Brainstorming to start out with is always a good idea to start to generate some ideas. Once we generate some ideas, we can start to focus our ideas and begin to develop a thesis. Then we want to try to list examples that support that thesis. And of course, we need to evaluate all the examples. We only want to choose the strongest examples to include in the essay. There are different ways to organize an exemplification essay. The most important point is that we need to use good essay organization. So we're going to begin with an introductory paragraph that includes our thesis statement. And then we will follow that with body paragraphs with examples. So one possibility is to include one example per paragraph, or another possibility is to include groups of examples about a single point in each paragraph. And then lastly, we will finish with our concluding paragraph to restate the thesis and extend. Some possible organizational strategies include from moving from strong examples to the strongest examples throughout the body, or the other option would be to start with the strongest example in our body paragraphs and then move to additional examples that are less strong. It's important to use transition words for exemplification, so these are some of the terms that we can use. Also, besides, for example, for instance, furthermore, in addition, moreover. Phrases like one example, another example, specifically, the most important example, etc. And of course, reading good examples of exemplification essays will help us write and organize an exemplification essay well. So we can think about the essay organization as we read examples, analyze the types of examples that are included in the essay, focus on how the examples support the thesis, what kinds of transitions are used by the author, and so on. So we're going to take a look at an exemplification essay sample about advertising food and children. So here is the introduction. Peanut butter, and jelly. That is a common advertising jingle. Advertising has an impact on its audience. From songs to logos to characters, food product advertisers must keep in mind their audiences. Competition is the force which causes advertisers to target children. Children are targeted through the use of cute phrases, animated characters, and toys in these competitive advertisements. So let's take a look at some examples. Here we have some images. We have the tiger image, Tony the Tiger, who is the symbol used on Frosted Flakes, Happy Meals with their toys and animated characters. We're also going to look at an example of a commercial that uses animated characters and appeals to children. So here we go. So those are some of the examples that are cited in the essay, the kinds of ideas that the author was thinking about before he or she began to write the essay. So let's continue on to the body paragraphs of the essay. Here's the first body paragraph, which contains examples all about jingles and songs to advertise products. Many types of food have a phrase associated with them. Commercials use these phrases to implant their product into the audience's memory. Goldfish crackers are an example of one of these products. "I love the fishes 'cause they're so delicious" is the theme to a well-known commercial which advertises Pepperidge Farm goldfish crackers. Children sing the phrase over and over throughout the entirety of the commercial. By the time the commercial ends, the line and product are inevitably stuck in a person's mind. The commercial says, "And my mom says that's okay," which implies to children that their parents will allow them to eat this snack. Another example of a product with an addicting phrase is Oscar Mayer bologna. "My bologna has a first name, it's Oscar." Instead of this song selling the product itself, its aim is to sell the brand. The Oscar Mayer company has had auditions for the next Oscar Mayer child. Again, their goal is to sell their brand. The company also has another product with a catchy song, Oscar Mayer hot dogs. "I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener." The stress of this phrase is also the brand. Oscar Mayer commercials use children to sing these songs, and like the goldfish commercial, the song has been imprinted into a person's memory by the end of the commercial. Both companies' goal is to sell their product. By targeting children whose families are then targeted, competition between companies with similar products is the reason phrases are used. If one company can create a phrase that everyone will know and remember, they are one step closer to winning the race. Let's take a look at the second body paragraph. This also contains examples, and the examples here are about how animated characters are used to target children. And we already saw the example, I'll show it again, here of Tony the Tiger on the cereal box, the animated characters on this McDonald's Happy Meal, for example. Animated characters are also a medium used to target children. Animation has been the way which companies from Disney to Cartoon Network capture the attention of children everywhere. Tony the Tiger is the spokesperson for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. The image of this tiger appears in all the commercials and on the boxes of the cereal. "They're great" is a phrase used along with the animated character. Together, these mediums imprint themselves into a person's memory. When a child sees these commercials on television, they get placed into their memory bank. When the child goes shopping with his or her parents and sees the product on the shelf, the memory resurfaces and the child asks for the product. Other animated characters associated with food products are the Trix Rabbit, the Flintstones, the Leprechaun for Lucky Charms, and the Quick Rabbit. The Flintstones is a well-known cartoon. Using these characters to advertise a product takes something that children already love and gives it more meaning. Again, these commercials put into a child's memory bank, and the company's hope is that the child will one day ask for the product. So let's go on to talk about body paragraph 3, which gives examples of toys. So if we take a look at that Happy Meal, Happy Meals come with toys. So we see other products besides Happy Meals that come with toys, including Cracker Jacks. That's one of the examples given in this paragraph. Toys are another way in which children are targeted. What kind of child doesn't like toys? None. This is the answer that some companies keep in mind when advertising their product. Cracker Jacks is just average caramel popcorn until a toy is put in the box and advertised. The hope here is that the child will remember that a particular brand has a toy in it and will therefore ask for that particular product. Cereal companies are also famous for this type of advertisement. The huge competition between the companies has caused a need for them to somehow sell their products better. If they put toys in the boxes of cereal, children are more likely to want the box with the toy in it. Fast food restaurants also advertise to children. Competition is the driving force for these advertisements. For example, McDonald's has the Happy Meal, which of course includes toys. Burger King has the Kids Club, and Wendy's has the Kids Meal. The only difference between these is the toy which accompanies each meal. These companies hope that when a child is asked where they want to eat, the child will choose their restaurant, which of course will increase their business. Competition is the basic driving force for why companies have added toys to their products. So this sample essay, which is in draft form, also includes a concluding paragraph. to wrap up the essay. Advertising is using the power of suggestion to sell a product. In the case of children, a company's advertisement hopes to suggest that their product is the best. Many food companies target children with the hopes that they will influence their parents' choices when it comes to buying a product. Animated characters, phrases, and toys are used to lure a child to the product. Sometimes these mediums are used together to produce a stronger statement about the product. So we could see how all of the examples in this essay clearly support the thesis. So exemplification is one of the most important types of essay writing that is essential in college writing. So in any academic course, it's very possible and likely, in fact, that you will be asked to write an essay following the exemplification pattern. So in college courses such as history, psychology, other social science courses, health, science, and other subjects, you may be asked to write an essay using examples to support a thesis. Exemplification can also be used in business writing, such as writing a letter of job application. So exemplification is a very important essay type.